Tuesday, October 8th, market analysis, Stan Ehrlich. Good morning, 9:53 California time, and we have four new, all of them sell signals developing now, today. That's the first time I think we've had four in the commodity group, which is not a very big group of symbols, meats, grains, metals, interest rates, indexes, blah, blah. So that's a lot on sell signals in one day relative to the total number. Anyway, those are brand new ones. Plus, we have a couple in progress, which are doing very well. We're not doing very well on the E-mini at the moment. Strong, up about 43. That's 4.3 spider points. Let's call it 4.5. And relatively close to the high of the day, but it has not been able to get above the high of Thursday and Friday and Monday. Today's Tuesday. So, having been below those 2 days lows, Friday and Thursday last week, and it looks like it may have been pretty much equal to the day before that. Almost making a new low for the move down is not particularly a bearish indication. Support held. Didn't really want that. I wanted to be broken and close below the yellow line ASAP. And we almost have a bullish engulfing. And if we do have a bullish engulfing, we will get stopped out, I'm sure, because there's our stop right there. It's still a loss at the moment. And that would be for the ER3 overnight because we sold it on Thursday of last week on a rally. Friday, there was plenty of profit, but I didn't change the stop. I could have, would have, and, saved a profitable trade. But this is a longer term, I hope, trade. We'll see what happens. Don't like the strength at the moment, but I'm still thinking this market is in the process of topping out, in which case we have a sell signal so far, still good, real close to the top. I just need to close below this yellow line. And that would be the price of 57.20, let's call it. Okay, here's just the detail, 5-minute chart, E-mini. And I'm not looking at anything in particular at the moment that's going to cause me to scream bloody murder. It's going to go straight down, although I would hope that would happen. I can't see it, don't see it. So I'm looking at sideways and maybe a little higher. Pennant formation. Next chart. Spider, SPY, daily, above the high of Monday. But the key here is probably getting above the high of last week. And then you'll be so close to the highest high for the trend that it'll more likely than not jump through it, unless this resistance level, which is 574.40, let's call it, give or take a very small amount, does stop it. And I'm not expecting that to be tested. I'm just expecting and not getting a move down. I thought I had it yesterday. Big move down, new lows for a while, looking good, but the support levels have held. Next chart is simply the 5-minute SPY. And you can see the big trading range we essentially have from, what is this, September 19th, even a day earlier than that, September 18th, which it hasn't broken out of. And my expectation, of course, because of the October lows, that we're going to have a bearish breakout. Now, in reference to quote unquote the October lows, I got to check something real quick. This is not a new low, and that was October 2nd, and that's definitely not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a move down to 54.70 and maybe even lower than that, 52.40, and that would be the E-mini. Going back to the Qs, I just got to have a downside breakout. That's all there is to it. NASDAQ, NQ, lower low and now a higher high than yesterday, and at the moment up 242, way up. And keep in mind that even if this makes a new high for a month or two, it is not a new high for the whole damn trend, which we have a sell signal on that high, July 11th, and a buy signal at the bottom, August 8th, and a sell signal on the rally high, August 22, all automated. Go check my emails, YouTube's from those dates or the day before, day after. You'll see, period. What can I say? Okay, so the last buy signal was 9/11, and we had a sell signal. It's still in force. We have a loss on the trade. Nope, at the moment, the R1 is out, so flat. Sorry about that. And with the 5-minute chart, we can see the bearish engulfing did create AR3 trigger, rallied up to that point, and it was a good entry for about a day and a fraction. And then we had too much strength. Then we had the big reversal, and today we have it going right back up to almost exactly the same highs we saw in the last couple of days. But indeed, it is a tiny bit higher, maybe just a few ticks. So heck, maybe that's it. I'm sorry to say I just can't scream bloody murder, sell the crap out of it yet. So sorry. Next, YM. Lots of trouble. Big bearish engulfing yesterday. Not overbought, so no red. That's the only thing it was missing was the RSI above 75. And this is my custom RSI, if you haven't heard, of course. I learned RSI, Relative Strength Index, from Wells Wilder himself, and Stochastics with George Lane. Both are friends of mine, particularly George. He was a great guy. And so was Wells. Now, and they're both gone, sorry to say. Now, this is what I'm expecting from the other indexes. The YM just happens to be the weakest. And here we have this morning's early session spike in a new low ground. But that could be a little bit of a bear trap so far, so. Certainly don't like, want, or expect any significant rally follow through. So keep an eye on this stuff. In fact, I'll add one more comment. I think if we start to break out to the downside, it's going to be fast and furious. A very sharp, maybe new news, something like that, rumors, whatever, will cause it. And it'll happen pretty quickly. And when I mean quickly, it may take only 5 or 10 minutes. Super fast. Okay, Russell, Next. My interest rate call so far has been just outstanding. I put this yellow line on the chart explaining that I was expecting the market on the average to go from this date, September 24th, down into approximately the middle of October, but somewhere in October, and we are now in October, into the green circle, and we have come close. Today's low is bouncing off a support area, and it's oversold for the third day, and the oversold level is 16, which is pretty low. So I have to accept the likelihood of a bounce. Maybe something like what happened a week or so ago for 2 or 3 days, maybe less. All I want is for it to get into this green circle during this month. Then I'll feel real good about my forecast. Now, I am generally expecting somewhere in the middle of the month and maybe as low as 118. The downside objective on the head and shoulder top is 119.19. And today's low is 120.23. So another point and a little more below today's low would reach my objective on the head and shoulder. But the double top, which is the bigger of the two formations, has a downside objective of 116.5. Still in the circle, but near the bottom of it. Either one of those objectives would be great, or in between. So it's working just pitchy keen so far, just great. What about the notes? I have a sell signal on the notes. Officially, 9/17 was the date. We are still short ER1 overnight and ER3 overnight. That's why we have two green trade lines. The trailing stop is down to a very handsome profit at this point. There's a chance that I might want to lower it again, meaning speed up the progress, but I'm just going to leave it alone. I don't encourage people messing around with the rate at which the stop moves. It's not a moving average. It's not a dollar profit. It's not a percentage. It's based upon the way the market is moving and an RSI calculation off of a table. So far, so good. Just great for 10-year notes. Again, I'm looking for October for the low. Now, notes have gotten below the lowest lows for 2 months. That's pretty good. I'm expecting more. Well, we'll see here. But again, we're oversold pretty good, down to about 18, 17 again. Yeah, there could be a rally any old time. It might even bump me out of my trade. I don't move my stop in the wrong direction. If I want to speed it up because of some real good damn reason, then I might, and I'll tell you next. We have a brand new sell signal in crude oil. There are 3 more sell signals coming up in a moment. Today, whopper of a sell signal, huge. And it does cover 2 previous lows, not just one. And it tests a major bear trend line I've been talking about for a couple of days at least, which is, of course, very, very, very close to that resistance level. And we're overbought. You have to be overbought in order to get the reds reversals. So I'm tickled pink. Next thing we're going to do is come down to 66.30 and maybe below 62.40. We had 2 days ago a sell signal on Friday of last week at the top of the market so far. Went down on Monday, I meant, a chunk, making our ER1 overnight do very well. We never have had a rally high enough to get short ER3 overnight or scalp. Excuse me, that would be the little red line there. So we're unable, but we're down again today, a little bit, 6 at the moment. We have made a little bit a lower low for the trend down, but we're at a support level. So a little bounce could occur. We're not oversold. I got no reason to believe it's going to be anything more than a little bounce, if that. And as soon as we start closing basically below today's low, then we should probably drop off a chunk more pretty quick. Heating oil, a brand new sell signal today. Now I want to show you, we had a sell signal 2 days ago on natural gas. We had a sell signal today in crude oil. All of these are energies. That's got to mean something for the energy sector for stocks. Listening? So next, heating oil, brand new sell signal, hopefully it works, today, and we're off and running. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Just great. We had 2 days ago a sell signal in gold. Now it's precious metals. It's working fantastic today, down 41. New low for a couple of weeks. Too bad it wasn't the highest high for the move, but some of my signals are not the highest high or the lowest low, but a lot of them are to the exact top and bottom day for decent rallies or breaks, if not hugely profound ones, weeks and months later. Next chart is silver. Let's talk gold for a second again. We're going to come down, in my opinion, to 25.63, maybe touching this line, which is relatively flat. It's the old top of a resistance line, kind of like a big sideways channel that's expanding very slowly. So I'm looking for 25.66, give or take, maybe a hair lower. And then if we get there and how we get there, I may be able to come up with lower levels. Back to silver. Well, here we go. New low, close, huge down day. It's wiped out all the gains for the last 2 weeks plus in pretty much one damn day. Big break. It's too bad we didn't get a sell signal on the top or near. Unfortunately, we did get the bottom. This sell signal here, probably, yeah, it made some money on a scalp. The overnight looks like it squeaked out a very small profit, very tight. Minor, very minor, but not losses apparently. Now I'm obviously going back to my bearish story in 100% mode. We talked about it getting very close to or overbought on the way up into a major resistance area. And I don't know, maybe I mentioned a little double top of sorts, but that's not really close enough for me. Smaller the time frame, the more accurate the pattern's got to get. Next chart is, come on, platinum. No sell signal on top. Did get into resistance area. At one point overbought at resistance, but that downside move did make a higher high shortly thereafter. But the resistance has stopped it. Now it's a new low. And probably a close below previous lows for the last 3 weeks or so. Well, I'm bearish again, definitely. Now down to at least 335. And the 910 area is a rather substantial support area. Next, copper. Sell signal on top, the high day. Buy signal on the bottom, 9.5. We got a couple of buy signals on the way up, but not the lowest day, but very close. Lowest one was 812, the date. So now we had a new sell signal yesterday in copper. I believe I was showing you this at the time it was developing. And today, what the hell can I say? And that rhymed. New low close by a long shot, breakout, exactly what I want. Minor problem. We got so low, so quick, so fast that our stop came down very, very sharply. And we're out of our short ER3 overnight. So it sold the rally right there. And since we have a green arrow and it's about where it's trading at the moment, we're out. Pretty sure. I'm going to double check on that later, but it was a great trade, great signals. Next, beans collapsing down 13 and a half. New lows like yesterday again. Bigger down day, almost low and last. Could easily make new lows, lower lows. Like what I'm seeing here. Good, good, good. All right. Expecting a test of 995 and probably a test of 960. Next, a brand new bear signal in soybean oil today. Now, this is the second one in the same price range within 2 weeks. I think this is going to be the beginning of the move down. I've told you many, many times, I sometimes get buy signals or sell signals clustered within a month, 2 or 3, or even 4 once maybe in 1 month. 4 weeks, 4 trading weeks, not necessarily a calendar month, but almost the same thing. 4 weeks, I'll say. So this should be the beginning. I'm going to move down first to 40.75, and then in the ballpark of below 39, and even maybe down to 37. Yeah. Next, meal. Topped out in resistance, overbought conditions, continuing to make lower lows for several days in a row. Looks like it's going to be reapproaching my first objective. I think it was 315, but I really want to get down to 300. Next, brand new sell signal today. This is my 4th brand new signal today. I don't remember in almost 500 recordings for about 2 years and a fraction now, every trading day, except maybe on vacation or I got sick or something. But I haven't seen that many brand new signals in a single day that I can recall. Very unusual, rare. So we're starting to move down in earnest now in corn, expecting the bottom of the support area at 413 to be easily tested this week, probably, and then move down into the ballpark of below 400 to maybe 385 and lower, maybe. Next, we have wheat simply coming down a bit, but today it's rallying a little bit, nothing much. Resistance and overbought conditions stop the rally, and I think we're going to continue to slide lower. Objective 564, and then probably even lower than that, 522. Next, cattle. If we can get below yesterday's low, we'll have a sell signal, a minor double top at a resistance area in overbought conditions. So I think we're close to turning down. I'd love to get a red bearish engulfing. It hasn't happened yet. In fact, we're up 24 and not even negative. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. I think it's still topping out, whether I get a signal or not. Next, minor new high, but just getting overbought again in hogs. Major resistance seems to be having a lot of trouble up here. I think, again, like cattle, we're about to turn down. Okay, let's look at the E-mini. Looks like it may have dribbled off a bit, up 3.5 now. The 1 minute. Oh, yeah, okay, that little pennant broke out down, and we've dropped off. And this is a 5-minute chart, not a 1 minute. So, for the last 5 to 10 minutes. And what do we got here? NASDAQ 5-minute. Yep, of course, same thing. You guys have a great day and profitable trading to you.